Welcome back. One of our final questions of the night comes from Marlene. She wants to know, on a scale from 1 to 10, how would you rate the Trump's administration's response to COVID-19 outbreak? We don't have a lot of time, so try to keep the answers short. We'd appreciate it.
Let's start with Representative Johnson.
I think when you look what this administration has done, it's remarkable. Ramping up testing like we have, ramping up PPE. I mean, we're talking about 100 million surgical masks, 78 million N95 masks. I know this has not gone as quickly as everyone wants, but I think when you look at what this administration has done, it absolutely gets a good grade. But at least at the congressional level, we're not backing off. There is a lot more to do.
Senator Rounds, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the U.S.'s response?
Yeah, it kind of depends. It kind of depends on which part of it you're talking about. Overall, I'm going to say we've responded, but I wish we would have been able to respond more quickly than what we did. I also think that what we did in Congress right now, we did a pretty good job of getting a lot of money out in a very short period of time. But the real question on it is going to be is did we get it administered out and to the right locations and to the right people on time? The data is not in it yet. We'll wait and see what the final results are, because the next phase 4 coming up, We'll put that in based on what we've learned in phase 3. We don't have that information yet. We're getting it now.
Senator Thune, same question to you.
Okay, well, nobody's giving a numerical score, so I won't go down that track either. I just think it's a work in progress. And, you know, I've always said the biggest room in the house is the room for improvement. And there are a lot of things we can do better and need to be done better. And testing is one of them. We've accelerating the process to get a vaccine, to get a therapeutic. Those are all things that are going to solve this in the long run. You can't solve the economic problem that we're having in this country. There isn't enough money in Washington. And as much as we've already piled on to the debt, and remember, every dollar that we spend is a borrowed dollar. You can't spend enough in Washington to solve these problems. We got to get the economy opened up again. That means dealing with the health emergency, and that means testing, therapeutics, and a vaccine.
Well, speaking of the president, we have another question about that. Today, he told reporters he's taking a malaria drug to lessen symptoms if he gets COVID-19. At this point, the drug is unproven for fighting COVID-19. Is that something that you would consider doing? Senator Rounds?
Honestly, I wouldn't do it without talking to my doctor first. So I would listen to a physician first, and I would strongly recommend anybody out there, before you consider doing that, make darn sure that you've talked to your doctor, because everybody's health is a little bit different, and the conditions that you have, heart conditions and so forth, can really change things around. So please don't do anything like that until you've talked to your doctor.
Senator Thune, how about you?
Only on the doctor's advice. That is it's a therapy, it's a drug that has a mixed results in a lot of the trials that have been done, and there are some downside risks. And I think you have to, again, you never do that sort of a thing without listening very carefully to medical advice and hearing what your doctor has to say.
Congressman Johnson, anything to add?
Well, there are a lot of things the president does well, but like my colleagues, I'm not going to take my recommendations for prescriptions from him, and you've got to be talking to your doctor.
Okay, thank you, Congressman. Before we go, we want to give each of you a chance to just leave people with one final message. You keep it down to 45 seconds. We'd appreciate that.
Yeah, let's start with Congressman Johnson.
Well, I would just say this has been a remarkable time to see this country and, frankly, the state come together. We've seen that the mortality rates in this state are lower, much lower than in places like Italy and in New York. I think that does show that South Dakotans have tried to be compliant, even though we haven't locked down the whole state like some places have. We absolutely are coming together. We're looking after our neighbors. We're reaching out for one another. We're trying to make sure we're taking care of these communities. It's going to be that same kind of South Dakota common sense that's going to give us an opportunity to, when the time is right, continue to rebuild this economy, get people back to work, and make the months ahead a lot better than the last few months have been.
Senator Thune, what would you like to leave people with tonight?
Well, just that I'm grateful to all South Dakotans for doing what they always do, and that's practicing good common sense. I think South Dakotans are known for that. Those of us who have grown up on the prairies are accustomed to social distancing. We've been doing that for a long time. But I think people are doing the right things, trying to make sure they protect their neighbors and the people around them from spreading this thing. In the meantime, we've all got to work together on the things that I mentioned earlier, and that's beating the health emergency and then also working on the economic impacts. And all the things that we've done in Washington, hopefully we'll work together to make that happen. But stay strong, be resilient, and we'll get through this together.
And finally, Senator Rounds, 45 seconds, your thoughts.
We're all in this together. We're going to come out of this stronger than what we were before. We're learning a lot about this response. We're also learning that we've got to bring a lot of those major organizations, businesses back into the United States. Pharmacies and so forth, pharmaceuticals need that back in here. Our defense industry, we've got to bring it back in here. A lot of those industries that we had allowed to get out of here, just for national defense, we got to bring them back in here. But we're going to be stronger when we're done. We're going to learn a lot from this pandemic.
Okay, thank you. And that is all the time we have for tonight. Before we go, though, we want to make sure we thank all three of our guests for taking the time to join us tonight.
Yes, very good information. We thank you for your time. We also want to thank you, our viewers. Great questions tonight. And thanks for watching, whether you joined us on television or online tonight. Thanks for spending time with us.